Hey guys, this is Apeshit, and I'm bringing you another black and white battle. This one is against apparently Chris. I'll leave his other names elsewhere. Anyway, so I'm going to lead off with my Gara. Naruto reference. If you don't get it, look it up if you care. So I'm going to set up my Stealth Rock. He's going to set up his. I'm going to roar him out, but he goes for a Power Whip, and he gets a crit. I would have done less than half, but now I'm left in the red, and I have no idea what's coming in. Turns out to be that thing, which is one of the reasons I set up my rock so early. I almost went for an Earthquake, predicting this guy to switch it in before the rocks, but as you'll see, he rarely predicts. So I'm going to stay in and go for an Earthquake in case he wants to try and over-predict it and go for a Butterfly Dance. But he's not going to. He's going to take me out. So now I know he can't switch out or else rocks will kill him off. So I'm just going to go into my Scarf Garchomp. And if you don't know, Ubers of 4th Gen are allowed back into the OU metagame, as said by Smoggin. At least some of them are. I'll have to let you know which ones are not. Maybe. Anyway, so he's back. And that Eminem song, guess who's back? Yeah, you know. Anyway, I go into Dildo Beak, Zapdos, and he's relieving pressure all over the field. And he's going to hit by a Power Whip, and it's not very effective, but he gets another crit. So that Notori is just critting everything. So now I'm stupid and forget about the Sandstorm, and I go for a sub, thinking he's going to maybe want a Leech Seed. But he switches, and I go for the sub. Thank God that the Sandstorm only takes me down to 9, so I can now set up a Roost. Because that would have been awful. So there we go. Whoa. Sorry guys, my computer just like froze up on me. Alright, so yeah, I went for the Roost, he paybacks, and he's gonna get a crit. So now I'm just like, what the fuck is with all these crits? So now I have no idea whether he can break my sub or not. So I'm just going to go for a substitute here to see if he needs, because this is a fairly bulky Zapdos. So I want to see if he can break my sub without crits. And hits the sub. It fades. So I'm like, gosh damn it. So now I've wasted a turn. So now I'm going to Roost off the damage, take another payback. And then, like I said, he doesn't seem to predict, and I'm starting to catch on to that. And so I'm going to switch out into my Scizor, but I'm like 3 turns ahead. So his payback's finally going to hit me. And it's going to do, it literally looks like it's doing about 5 more than a sub, which sucks dick. Alright, so I predict him not to predict. So I'm going to get the hell out and go into Itachi, another Naruto reference. And he's going to take the payback like a monster. Oh yeah, and the sound of that battle is annoying me, so I turned that off. Alrighty, so I'm going to set up a Swords Dance, thinking, because I made this guy max HP, so I thought he was fairly bulky. But, we'll see. He bulks up. So now, really, I've only gone for like +1. And I'm just going to, I know I'm faster thanks to the lefties trick. If you don't know it, go watch MBZ. Anyway, so I go for the Brick Break. It does absolute crap. And I'm like, shit. And he goes with a Drain Punch, and I'm like, alright, this is not super effective. It's neutral, and it does a ass load. So I'm like, oh my god. So I have to get the hell out of there. This Scizor has Roost, so my Scizor isn't completely useless. So I'm going to be able to just switch him out and go into my Latios. Like I said earlier, Ubers allowed mostly. There are some you cannot use. Look it up. Anyway, this is a Specs Latios. So I'm just going to go for a Stab Psychic, Specs, max special attack, timid nature. And although I'm timid and not modest, I still think that's going to KO, and it does. So I'm doing a little happy jig in the corner. Not really. But Rabushin is a monster, and it's gone. He goes in the Sazandora. I predicted Draco Meteor, Scarf set. but I'm wrong. And Miss Howell, my teacher from 8th grade, who was so fat that they had to have a door enlarged and she still turned sideways to get in, takes a crunch by that same door to the face. And she can't take 2 of those, so she's going to go down. So Miss Howell goes bye-bye, but I now know that this thing's life orb. So I'm just going to go into Itachi for the bullet punch kill, but he's going to switch into the best lead, Natori. I highly disagree. If I had had a taunt leader, he would have been fucked. Anyway, I'm going to survive with 1, which is awesome, because I know I outspeed Natori, so I'm going to be able to set up a roost, and he can't touch me. Roostin'. HP's rising. I'm now above half. His gyro ball is going to be doing a little over 20. Maybe. I think I leftovers gained the same amount. Alright. So I'm going to set up a sword stance knowing he can't touch me. He's going to go for a thunder wave. I don't care. Sizor's known for bullet punch. So I've got that priority move so paralysis doesn't bother me. But I know to take out this thing I'm going to need a +6. Probably. I didn't do a calculation because there are none. But I just feel like getting the +6 so nothing can stop me. And anyway, his paralysis hurts him now. He can't burn me anymore. I'm safe with this paralysis. As dumb as that is. So now, because I'm max HP, his Shadow Ball is going to do absolute crap. And I'm going to be able to set up my final sword stance. And the reason I went for that final, even though Natori switched out, is I knew that the second I hit this thing, Technician is going to be gone. So then my bullet punch is actually going to get weaker. But I get paralyzed on the first turn. Hits me with another Shadow Ball, it's going to do very little. And he's going to get the special defense drop. And as you're going to see, that comes into play and doesn't matter at all. Anyway, so I'm going to bullet punch now. Just rip into him, and he dies. But now I get the mummy, because if you touch that thing, you get a mummy ability if you didn't know. So now he's going to go into his Sesandora. I'm just like, alright, bullet punch KO. I get paralyzed. I'm like, oh shit. He fire blasts. Misses. I'm like, oh shit. And so now it's a redo. Nothing happened other than I got some lefties. So I'm going to bullet punch. He's going to die. So Scizor here's just flapping his wings like, I can't believe I'm alive. So he goes into his best lead. He's going to whip Scizor. Scizor's not going to like that, so he's going to break some bricks. He's going to get a crit too. Oh yeah, and because I'm Mummy, he's not going to be Mummy, and so I'm not going to take any Steel Thorn damage. So yay for that. He now goes into the man, and the man can't take a bullet. He's not a Superman. So, good game, blah blah blah. I'll leave your link in the description. Comment, rate, subscribe. See ya.